Minotum says, I know this may be hyperbolic, but I believe Trump is the Antichrist. Yeah, I have a difficult time, and I apologize, but I have a difficult time looking at prophecy and trying to apply prophecy to individuals. I think, quite honestly, a much better example, if I was going to label him, I would label him as Saul, Old Testament Saul, King Saul. And the reason I would do that is because he sort of, to me, he fits that bill, and because it's not placing on him a prophetic tag that he is going to bring about he's some sort of arbiter of destruction. See, in the Bible, the people of Israel, they had a system of government, we would say. They had a system of government where God was the one who God gave them rules, go live this way, and God would protect them. So you saw from time to time, especially if you look at the book of Judges, you saw from time to time the people of Israel, there was a cycle. It was like the people of Israel, everything was good, everything was great, everything was wonderful, life was great, they followed the rules. Then they forgot the rules, and over time, invaders came, and invaders took over, and the people cried out to God, and God sent a judge, and the judge got rid of the invaders, kicked the invaders out. The judge was a heroic leader of the people, and then the people rejoiced, and the people were good, and the people were happy, and everything was good, and everything was wonderful, and everything was wild, and everything was great, and then the people forgot. And then it was this cycle. The cycle continued. Samuel, the first book of Samuel, kind of starts off with the people saying, we want a king. Right? We want to be like these other nations. These other nations seem to know what they're doing. These other nations got it going on. We want to be like them. We're tired. We're tired of this form of government that you've given us. We want that. That looks good to us. That looks appetizing to us. And God, through the prophet Samuel, God says, you don't want that. You don't really know what you're asking. And that's how I often put it. I hear you, but you don't know what you're actually asking. See, if I give you a king, Samuel says, they're going to take your sons for their wars, and they're going to take their daughters for their servants, and they're going to take your crops for their coffers, and it's going to cost. It's going to cost you in ways you can't even imagine. And the people said, no, we want a king. We understand. We want a king. No matter what, we want a king. So God gives them a king. And he gives them this guy, Saul. And Saul, big strapping guy, powerful guy, strong guy, tears running down his face. No, I'm teasing. But big, strong, strapping guy, leader of men, great warrior. He's a pretty good king at first. And then he goes downhill. He forgets about God. He forgets about following God. And he ends up leading people into things that he shouldn't have led people into. And he's victorious in some battles and in some wars, and then he ends up getting some people killed. And he isn't the godly man that he started off as. Then, of course, the whole David things come into play. But to me, Trump, I think, is much more accurately represented in Saul and in the people. Because Trump didn't get to be president because of his good looks or the amount of bronzer he used. He got elected by a lot of people, voted for this guy. And for some reason, I can picture God speaking to Christians, and I'll just pick on the Christians. I can picture God speaking to the evangelical Christians saying, you have a good system. It's a good system. Trust it. It takes care of everybody. It takes care of their needs. It ensures their freedom. It's a good system. No, it isn't perfect. Yes, it can take a little bit of time sometimes. And they're saying, no. We want an authoritarian. We want a king. Right? We want a guy like those fellas in the Old Testament. God, I can just picture God saying the same words to them. You don't know what it is you're asking. You have no idea what you're asking for yourself. You don't know the cost. Oh, we understand the cost. Listen, you don't. This system works. We'll just go with this system. Follow my son, right? You follow my son spiritually. You follow my son morally. You follow my son, his values, and everything will work out. And this system of governance that we have, it's good enough, right? The one you follow is Jesus, and the people. No. We want somebody that'll bring it all back together. We want somebody that'll bring it all back together. And God saying, no, you don't understand the cost of that. It's going to take away your freedoms. It's going to take away your ability to choose. Your free will's going to be impacted by this. You don't want this. The benefits of this system of government will go away because we won't be operating under this. You won't be operating under the same premise, the same understandings. And the people were saying, "Yeah, no, we want it, give it to us." So now you got Trump again. Now you got Trump 2.0, unfettered, untethered, without those voices of experience around him because he knows best. The question now is, will he be a king like Saul was a king? I don't know. But we should pray for him. Right? We should pray for him. And we should pray for his administration. That they be, evangelicals held them up as godly men and women. We should pray that they are truly godly men and women.